How we doing today, folks? Welcome to season 4 of Just Convos. Today I'm back with the real estate experts. We're going to talk about what's going on new in the market, things they have noticed. But before we get into that, we're going to start with some other things. Well, I just wanted to know, what y'all been up to lately, man. I always ask you that. First, man, actually, Rizz, what have you been up to?
So I'm winding down.
You winding down?
I am winding down. A couple things going on with my business on the back end. I had to get a new web host, so working on all that stuff. So just a lot of back end business stuff, and which is going to be good because on my downtime, I'll have that opportunity to really get organized and with regards to all my back end stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing, and just kind of parsing out some responsibilities amongst the team.
So you're doing a lot of delegation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And why are you doing that, Rizz?
Because I am due any day now.
Any day now. So you came here today, and we might get a lawsuit if the water breaks and
Yeah.
shit start going all over the place. It was not our fault, but it looks like she's dedicated to the game. And you keep using the word back end. Back end is how you got here.
You know what?
So I hope you stay off the back end going forward, because we need you. We need you, okay, player? But anyway.
My last nerve.
Anyway, player. What's been going on with you, man?
Man, it's the summer, so you're dealing with a lot of people who are obviously interested in buying a house, selling a house, investing in a house, but they're mentally checked out. And so, whether it's the people that we work with, on a peer level, on a colleague level, or the people that we serve, again, buyer, seller, investor, a lot of them are in Atlantic City, Ocean City, Outer Banks, Costa Rica, Cozumel.
They need to just see some blue water. They get their mind right.
Hey,
It's
they're
vacation
recharging,
time.
right? And so for me on the personal level, so they know I'm here when they get back. Now is usually when I start to try to amplify my messaging for,
I've been noticing that. Social media.
on social media. Yeah, I'm trying to amplify my messaging for, again, when everybody get back we get that fall season, because we always talk about the spring market, but there is a fall market.
Absolutely.
Right, that isn't as long and drawn out, but you got to get it when you get it, because usually by Halloween it's a wrap. People automatically start kind of pulling back.
It's funny though. What the side I come from is the investor side, and what I noticed, that was my favorite time of the year. From October to December, it was like I was in Marshalls.
Yeah, you have less competition.
Yes, correct. I don't want to deal with no first time buyers. I don't want to deal with nobody that love no house. I don't want to deal with no dreamers, and I don't want to deal with nobody who just got all this credit, because hopefully if they got it in January, they're gonna mess it up by the time the end of the year comes. But other than that, I've been doing a little self-reflecting, guys.
Oh,
And I figured out something about myself.
this should be
What's
good.
that, Reef?
I'm a fucking love bomber. I realized this week I'm a fucking love bomber. And
How so?
I may be the worst thing ever made in life, huh?
How so?
I don't know, because I didn't know. I just thought I was like one of those people that was nice. But I'm not really nice.
No, you're not.
I'm just love
I
bombing
could've
from the
told you
moment.
that.
I know. I just
Who knew?
Surprise.
I thought
knew?
deep down inside I was nice, but then I found out I was like a love bomber, and I'm like, damn, because I never even know what it was called. I was watching this young lady named I'm about to call her Sweetie, but her name ain't Sweetie, but I don't forgot her name. Damn, that's crazy. It's gonna be horrible if I ever try to interview her.
Is she
That was-
local?
Yeah. She
regional?
local, but she blowing up real good. She be talking shit a lot, but I just forgot her name that fast. Damn, boy, I hate getting old. It's horrible getting old. But anyway, yeah, I watched the joint. She was like, yeah, love bombing is the worst thing ever. And I'm like, damn, this is love bombing. So I get to diving deep. I was up one night, I'm like, damn, I'm officially a love bomber.
I am a love
I'm
bomber.
a love bomber, I thought I was just loving and tricking. But I've been love
We'll
bombing.
dive into your
Yeah,
social
we
life
bring
later.
that.
Like,
Yeah, we have a support group for him.
But we
We'll
bring
dive into that
but-
at another time, because
Yeah.
there's so many layers.
layers
So
of
much
shit.
to
Like,
unpack here.
like I want to peel it
Literally.
back like an onion. Like,
Absolutely
it's
not.
so many layers.
When
to
that's
that.
being
Too much
pulled,
impact.
when that of me is being peeled back, you'll be getting more back end work. Okay. So anyway, back at the ranch. I was actually really doing some reading before y'all came in, and you guys' profession. How many people have that y'all know that have quit now, or kind of like I gotta fade to the back, or is everybody still around?
You must be in my message boards recently.
No. I'm just doing the
know.
research. I just really saw it. I just see this. I see the numbers. For one, I want to tell you that numbers can always be construed, but I know they said last year around this time, Pennsylvania sold about 15,000 houses. This year they're about 12,000. So each one is like 15 and some change, 12,000 and some change. So if you know that 3,000 houses didn't sell this year so far, that could easily affect your office or your office. This is not Philadelphia, it's the Pennsylvania statistic. So I don't know if that really affects you guys, but I just wondering, anybody in you guys that started like packing it in a little bit?
It affects everybody in the ecosystem, right? We're all directly or indirectly affected. I definitely seen in a couple of internal, group texts or group messaging or DMs, people in the business ask about what I do, right? And so, maybe what I do is something that they think they can do, which maybe they can, maybe they can't.
Yeah, you never know.
But I don't typically get that question at a high frequency like I am now, where it's like, hey man, you think there's, a lane in the, right, a lane for me on the financing side of the business? And again, these have been people that are in credit repair. These have been people that are real estate agents. This is somebody that also is an insurance person, an insurance professional. So, over the last couple of weeks, I've gotten that answer probably more within the last couple of weeks than I have within the last year. And I think that's not an accident. I think it's a trend.
Yeah. It's probably trends gonna keep happening. What about you, player?
It's funny because I'm inclined to agree with Shad. Like, I've been seeing the same thing. Like in our office, granted, we haven't lost a lot of people, but maybe two.
You guys are small. Your guys are a small company.
Yeah, we're a small boutique brokerage.
So compared to a big ass company, who's probably losing
but
about a
two,
second.
I mean, right. So for us, even though we've only lost about 2 people, that's still
That
roughly
might be like 20%.
15%.
That might be 20%.
You know,
Yeah,
so
I mean, Bodina's finest, baby.
right.
so like so it does impact us a great deal.
Yeah, definitely.
But just even last year, like just going like the Triple Play, and for those of you who don't know, Triple Play is like this big realtor mortgage kind of convention space where everybody gets together. We do all of our continuing ed, we learn things, we network. Big thing, it goes on for about a week in Atlantic City. But anyway, they were introducing a lot of hybrid type of agents where you're working in the real estate space as well as the mortgage space. So to Shad's point, there's a lot of people, and we talked about this before with the pivot. People are pivoting, but they want to keep that toe in the water because the market's going to turn around. The thing is, if you don't at least keep a toe in the water, when it does turn around, you're going to be out the loop. Because there's so much happening. You got AI, like it's so many things going on, that you have to keep your pulse on, your finger on the pulse of what's happening. So this way you can stay abreast of everything. But a lot of people are either, if they're not leaving the business altogether, they're trying to collaborate and
do other things.
Do other things within the business.
Which is not really a bad thing.
It's not bad.
No, it's not really a bad thing. I mean, when I first got in the game, one of the biggest appraisers in this game was also a real estate agent. Like, and they kind of just, jump back and forth. And, hey, if I don't sell a house, I appraise 4 houses this week. You know what I mean? So I noticed that back then that there's like more hats you wear, the more you get paid.
Yeah,
You know
being
what I'm
as though that I have a license that's buried under the bed, but again, I went to Temple for real estate, and license is sitting on the shelf being unused. I got offered from a brokerage to open up my own shop where I do actively swim in both lanes, and then start to build a team where, I'm bringing in agents and I'm bringing in lenders, and we're all under one roof. And I hadn't been offered anything like that before, and it was a prosperous deal. It was a lot to take on, so I'm still kind of like, I don't know about it. But again, we're starting to just see these crazy different hybrid positions popping up out of nowhere, or these offers being offered, or also people talking paper or plastic because they had to give up. There's a lot of that right now where you're like, Trudy? Trudy's bagging up. Hey, what's up, Shad? It is what it is, man. People got to still pay these bills.
Gotta pay the bills.
I ain't mad. Social media got people
everybody rich.
tore up, right? Social media got them tore up and thinking that, we still, the show goes on.
Hey, the crazy part is that, I mean, whether people realize or not, this is not even a bad recession right now. Like
No,
it
it's
hasn't
not.
it hasn't hit '08 yet, and I don't even know if it's going to hit '08 because it's
probably
more
won't.
like a
It's
it's more
won't.
like a '04 when the dot-com happened. When the dot-com happened, it only affect those that was in dot-com. So it was like almost like you could say real estate had a correction. I see the stock market was just hitting all-time highs at the beginning of the week, and at the end of last week, all-time highs. Now it's starting to come down a little bit, but it's like money is flowing. We haven't hit the break. So if it's about to be over, I think some people are going to come running back. You know what I mean? And maybe they will have realized like, hey, I got to do more than one thing. But good thing another thing you said that I was just thinking about, like, yeah, that AI is going to hit different, and it's going to attack everybody's. It's going to attack everybody's livelihood. Like I was in a training yesterday in Jersey, doing some work, and guy was like, yeah, you know, when I'm home, I can run this machine from my iPad. So it's 50 of us out there learning how to run this machine. I'm like, well, if you can run it home from your iPad, why are we here? Why are we even here? So pretty much he like, well, this is the first. He pretty much says the first generation. When I tell people about AI, it's like, you know, I don't know how old everybody is that watches this, but if you remember the VCR, so right before the VCR, it was the projector, the little card things that they shot out. Projector, you watched that. Then it became VCRs, and the first VCRs didn't rewind; they only played and fast forward. And then it became the one that did fast forward, rewind, and record. And then next you know, became DVDs, Blu-rays to streaming. Now this is all a 40-year process. So with technology being better, in about 10 years, AI will probably, I won't say decimate the workforce, because I don't want to scare nobody, but it will eliminate a lot of jobs, but that's not to say new jobs won't come from that. You know what I mean? But as I'm working on this machine yesterday, as they showing me how to use it, I'm like, damn, this machine really taking my job. Like, yeah,
Right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, right in front of my face, and I'm looking at it like, damn. I'm looking
But
at
the good thing is you see it, so you know how to maneuver it, how to manage it.
Oh no.
You know, well, honey,
I'm like the white guy. I don't know if y'all seen the white guy on the joint who said, President, I want to let you know with the AI, are we going to get free food and be at the beach? Because I want to be him. He said, you can take all the jobs, we can't do nothing. Or we at least going to get to go to the beach and get a check every month. Like, that's how I feel.
You just waiting.
No,
You'll be
I don't-
waiting.
no,
No
I don't-
pivots here.
I don't.
No pivots here.
Of course, I was poor. in
You'll
my life.
find a way.
Yeah. I mean, definitely find a way. But when I'm watching it, I'm just like, damn.
it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. If this is the first generation of this machine, that means by second, third, somebody will be sitting home and probably not running one. Somebody might be sitting home running 10 of them joints. Like, yo, I'm on camera one. All right, do that. Now it's a safety part of it that if somebody walk past or somebody happen to get in the way, they get cut in half. So that may be the only thing that slows it down. But you know, you talking about shooting at 50,000 psi's, which is something real crazy. That's like water cutting concrete and metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he's saying that, I'm like, damn, like shit. So now I'm thinking about like, man, so what's gonna happen to some of my tenants? You know, because I got some tenants that ain't like you know, they're regular people. Like some of my people are retirees, some of my people are Social Security. But like, you know, if you got them tenants that's working like the McDonald's and the Chick-fil-A's, shit. I was just in I was in Newark Saturday, and man, it was just no people in there. It was just a little machine showing, and it was like you go in the machine, you can order from right here, and get your food, and then it was one dude back there, but that was it. The rest was the people in the back. So that's already like.
That stresses me out in a way I can't even describe.
So I'm telling you,
Like-
it's here. So now when you think about your tenants, it's like, who I'm gonna be renting to?
Section 8.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Section 8 is funded by what? The government. The government's funded by what? Income tax. What's income tax made from? People working.
Touche.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's the end of the world though, because people are like, what are you talking about? I don't want to scare nobody. This is America. We will print ourselves out of any problem. Believe me when I
Yes,
tell you,
indeed.
we will
Well
print
said.
ourselves. You know, once we realize it's really a problem, we will print ourselves out of a problem. But yeah, no, when I started looking at it, I was like, damn, like shit. I started getting all depressed where I got my nuggets. Like, I don't think this is good. I don't think I'm going to make it to the other period nuggets.
I'm telling you, that's
Yeah.
when Boss Man says, Sharif, you got a moment?
Yeah. We like you a lot, buddy.
Right.
We like you a lot. And you said you got those houses, right? So you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Just, you know, I'll call you in 3 years.
Boxed up.
But that's
World's
the thing,
best
though.
dad mug. leaving
Definitely
out
got to
with
have
the
residual
box.
income. So the thing is, what do? You know, you look into alternative methods of income.
Well, yeah, you
alternative
better look into
streams.
tech. You better look into tech.
And
You
tech
better
is
look
definitely
into
a big
programming.
thing.
Better look into AI. Like
See,
the
like,
market's here.
My brain is too old to adapt at this point. So I was
I
thinking
mean,
about
it
last
may
week.
not adapt to physically, you
Yeah,
know.
I'm not fixing robots and all
right.
that stuff. No.
Yeah. So I mean, Lord knows we don't need another iRobot experience. So
yeah,
we
you
don't
know.
want you fixing
Yeah, exactly.
robots.
Because I mean, I'm thinking more like bank robberies here and there. You know what I'm
Lord.
saying? You know, like a real gutsy one, like a one where I just get the dude who got the bag of money. Like all they got to get like 3 bags of money in the course of a year, and I'm straight. I can put that right in the market, and I'm good.
And Jada gonna be in the background. Let's make it.
Yeah. but no. I mean, like, no. I'm looking at it like it's always gonna be an opportunity. The key is to stay free, stay outside, and you'll see something. Because one thing I know is that like, we're not seniors. We're the middle children right now. So we got the younger people on our left, got the seniors on our right. Well, we transition to seniors, and one thing I know about seniors, they don't like all this computer shit.
No, they don't.
Not at all. Like
They
they
don't
don't have
like
time for
change.
that. No, and
At all.
believe it or not, we don't like change neither.
We don't.
See,
And it's funny. I didn't change my bedroom for this baby, and I'm like I'm so uncomfortable, like just my deodorant's in a different spot, and it just it really
Oh, God, the anxiety.
Not the deodorant.
Well,
it's really
the
unnerving.
anxiety.
Like it's that small. Like it means a lot.
I'm in shambles.
Yeah, but no, I'm telling you, the older we get, we're transitioning to the why is this like this? Why is this like this?
Well, it wasn't always like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Back in my
Why
day.
can't they?
Yeah. So we was the little hipsters on our left. We was the little hipsters doing shit, flying, moving fast. Nah, we slowing down, players. I'm telling you, man. And back to what I'm noticing too, like, all right, so the interest rates now is 7% now. Well, I think it's like a little bit lower than 7. They said
Basically,
they
it went up
change.
last day and a half.
Six and some change.
Yep.
I hate is Alan Greenspan, whatever the hell his name is. I don't know what this guy's name is. I keep forgetting, but Powell. Yeah. I'm about to say Colin Powell, but Jerome Powell. That's his name. Yeah, that bastard. Alan Greenspan was the dude back in the day that kept cutting. Yeah, so Jerome Powell.
soft landing man.
Yeah, and Jerome
Soft
Powell keep doing
landing
this to us. He keep raising them. So, yeah, I mean, he's probably the most. I don't want to say most powerful man because he don't really make the call, but he's the face of the most powerful man.
Yeah.
And money right now. So as he keeps changing these rates, as the housing rate go up, to borrow money goes up on anything. So I was just with somebody buying a car Saturday, and man, like I remember cars just a couple years ago, man, you get them like 3%, 5, 6, 7s. You know what I mean? Now cars is like 10 and up, 11 and up.
12. I was
Yeah,
getting ready to say.
and that's a good rate though. That's considered a good
14.
rate.
They
Yeah,
almost
I mean,
credit card rates for cars.
no, I didn't listen. This is crazy, but I didn't know credit cards was at 28 now.
Yes,
I remember
28, almost 30%.
28.
Yeah,
I remember credit cards was at 21 and 22. I didn't know they was at
And
30.
that was good.
Yes, I mean, well, it wasn't good for me, but yeah, yeah, but that was like the standard. That was the standard across the board. So now when I see it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, when did credit jump up to 28%?
And it's funny because that's one of the things that I say to my clients. I'm like, okay, pay attention to what things, where things are going right now in the economy. You'll pay 28% for a credit card. You'll pay 14% for a car, but you won't pay 7% for a house.
For a mortgage.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
and this is the only thing that's going to appreciate.
right. Like, that's the only thing that's
going
going to give you value out of all these things. That's the one thing you're going to get value out of. I mean, 7%, that makes you squeamish.
And you may own it long enough to when rates start to go back down.
You can refi.
Oh, God
you
willing.
can divorce the rate.
Yeah.
You can
There you
divorce
go.
the rate.
Willing,
Yeah.
right?
I already say it to a shot.
Yeah, man.
We're married a house, take the rate.
Oh man, I'll tell you, man. That
that's
joint
why I
platinum,
love
dog. That joint is so
Listen, we
platinum.
need to get that, like, it needs to be a
got t-shirts.
backdrop on this, like,
But-
when we have these conversations.
By the time you come back and you slim down to about, we're gonna have you nice, you'll be like a large at the birth. So don't
You know
worry about
what?
it. Get you a nice large shirt.
Yo, when I come back a Slim Goody, like, I don't want to hear no
No,
noise.
champ, that Slim Jim days is over.
Put that
man.
thing on the
You
side
had a
for
baby at 50, dog. It's over for you, dog. no, I'm joking.
Yo, man.
No, but no.
That brings me up though to something really important with these rates and how I'm starting to see people walk into my office, literally walk into my office, desperate because these last couple years with
Rates
everything
jumping up.
being right, they're living off of their credit cards. And so whether they go to buy and now they're swimming in debt but still trying to buy a house and that affecting their purchasing power, or we've seen the biggest refi boom during the pandemic,
Yes.
right? That was big time purchase boom, biggest since I think '06, and the biggest refi boom ever, right? Then once these rates went up, refis died. But now all of a sudden we're starting to see HELOCs and cash out refis coming back to the market again because people are swimming in debt. They've been living off these credit cards for so long, and these credit cards with the crazy 20 to 30% interest rates, 7% rate on your house looks much better
than 20%.
Than the 20 plus rate.
Well, time out. I mean, we just watched one of the biggest financial massacres happen to poor people over the last 2 years. These guys that were gurus convinced people that living off your credit cards and going getting all these loans was the thing to do. And when it's not bad when you're throwing that into a business that will become profitable, or you throwing into real estate that you can get, that you can pull something out. But it was people doing that just to go feel what it's like to have a rollie, had a car, had go down Neiman's and go down, you know, Nordstrom's and when all these other stores like
Seafood experience every week.
Fine dining,
Seafood.
Wait, the
me.
seafood tower.
Right.
My girlfriend is obsessed
the
with seafood towers. My God.
seafood
Every time we
tower
go out, she's
every
like, "Let
week.
me get a seafood tower." I'm like,
a
"Girl,
tower out here."
you pay that $200 by yourself." Like,
Yeah. That's crazy. It's like,
Telling you.
so it's almost like, you know, the sad part is that, like, cause I know it's like to have money, to really have money, then lose it. So then now what happens is, and it happened to me like 3 times in my life, but what happens is when you're dealing with this hangover from having this money and now you don't got it no more, you're gonna do something stupid like, man, I got 10,000 left, I got 5,000, I got my last 1,000 left. I'm gonna go to the casino. Maybe I can get some more.
Maybe I can
God
generate
told me
again.
I'm gonna go buy $500 worth of tickets, or man, I'm gonna just go buy myself something to make myself feel good. Cause now you are straight. You want that feeling again of what that money. Cause it's dopamine. Having money is like a dopamine thing. You have it, you spend it, you like what you got for it. And you're like, oh, I want to do it again. Well, you're gonna see people doing that now, and when they do that, here comes the about to get put out, the foreclosures. If you're in Philadelphia, you're just lucked up because they just stopped it. They just stopped the evictions again.
yeah, you must
I
have
can't
had
get these
somebody
people
on
out
the
of here,
hook.
man. I can't get these people out of here.
somebody
It
on
ain't
the
meant
hook.
for them, dog.
I
Just let them
can't
have
get
it,
them
man.
out of here.
It ain't meant for
I
them to go.
cannot
Yeah.
get them out of here.
Don't worry
It's
about
such
it,
a
play.
yo-yo cycle. They started, they stop it, they started. Like it's crazy.
Well, I mean, shooting here, shooting
Yeah.
there. Something got to be
Train.
done.
Yeah.
Better train.
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
train.
Yeah.
Get them out of here, man. Please get them out of here.
Yeah, man, it's a lot going on, man. So like people, they really confused, especially if you was like, if you was about 18 to 25 during the pandemic, you really thought that shit wasn't gonna stop. I don't know why, but you really thought that wasn't gonna stop. So in your mind, it's like, where the money at? We don't got another virus coming. You know what I mean?
But
Where
you
that-
got to think about it too. If you were 18 to 25, you were a kid in '08. You don't know what.
No, you don't know nothing about
Yeah,
it.
you
No,
don't know what
no, hell
happened.
no.
You don't know
Absolutely
about
not.
'08. You don't know about '04. Like you don't know
You don't know about 92.
any of that, right?
You know what I mean?
So, you know, like shit, they weren't even born in '92. Half of them, you know.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, you definitely wasn't
They
born
don't
in 92.
know.
Yeah. So you know, like it's you know, it's just like I see a lot of people empty right now. So, like, how I see the city got those grants. Are those grants really still flying off the shelf now? Or
Grants, and it's funny because somebody who was been in the game a lot longer, at least me, was like, I don't understand how they haven't run out of money yet, right? Or did they not reallocate those funds for a lot of those programs to something else?
Yeah, well, it was because you know why? All during the pandemic, the rental
rental
assistance.
thing, yeah, but they
the
stopped
rental
it.
assistance. Yeah, they stopped that.
But
So now-
no. They stopped the Philly First grants
Even did that.
to supplement the rental assistance.
So now.
And now
so
that the rental assistance stopped, they restocked the Philly
That's what I'm
First
saying.
grant. So
Yeah,
it's the
so they
same
just switched
pot.
that. Yeah,
They
Literally,
just
it's the same
moving it
pot.
back
A lot
and
of
forth.
people thought,
Yeah.
oh, they ran out of money for the Philly First grant. Philly First grant is a grant in Philly that helps buyers for up to $10,000 for their first time home purchase in Philadelphia proper. And so midway, and it was rolling, right? It was money falling from the sky for that grant. And then they eventually stopped. They said, hey, by next month, that's a wrap. And so a lot of people kept thinking, oh, it's a pandemic thing. But indirectly was a pandemic.
It was, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
but it wasn't due to them running out of money.
Right.
Like she said, they reallocated the money
To the
the
rental
people that
system.
I'm trying to evict. Actually,
got
got some of that money.
Yeah, it
And,
happens. It
you
happens.
know, but then they brought the Philly First grant back, and that's doing well. The Pennsylvania grant still doing well.
Okay.
Jersey's grant still doing well. Delaware's grant is still available. Maryland's grant is still available.
So first time buying a house in Philadelphia, how much can you get in grant money?
Depends.
I mean,
let's
It
just say
depends on
if
the
you
time.
lucky, let's say if you're lucky, you can get everything. How much
So
can you
if
get?
you're lucky and you can get everything, that means you're buying at the right time of year, which is in the spring market. So if you're buying in the spring, you can get probably about 17 grand.
yeah, that's usually the marker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually the marker.
Now,
But it depends. Of course, there's always nuances. It's going to depend on how much money you make, how much money you saved.
how much? So how much? What's the most you can make to apply to make it to these grants? What's the most?
Well, one of the things is that it's a debt to income ratio that they look at.
Oh, so it's not about how much you make. It's
Not
what you
some of them is about
Some
how
of
much
them are
you
how
make,
much you make.
but
Some of
also
them are about how much you can leverage.
yeah, essentially, right.
And a
so,
lot of them are about which lenders you use.
Yeah, not every lender offers all of them. Some of the places in our area, you can be eligible for a grant based off of the heat map, right? So some of the
okay,
places
by the zip code.
yeah, by the zip codes, right? And so
So what's
certain
a hot
opportunities-
zip code right now? Do we have any more opportunity zones in Philadelphia? Because I mean, the way they're throwing them ones in 4-3 right now, like I look at 4-3
So
like
4-3 is a hot.
it was an
zip.
opportunity zone, but I'm
So
telling
you're
you,
thinking opportunity zones for us.
yeah,
well,
We're talking opportunity zones
federal.
for buyers.
for buyers. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Pioneer Elite Care is committed to treating each individual with dignity and respect. We take pride in providing quality care to those who require assistance at home. Contact us now.
Excellence is our standard.
Excellence is the rule.
Never the exception.
PioneerEliteCare.com